University of Eastern Africa Baraton is a seventh-day Adventist institution of higher learning. Its mission is to provide and advance holistic Christian education that develops character for service to God and humanity. Programs include graduate, undergraduate, diploma, certificate, and upgrading. August intake is ongoing at the main campus, Nairobi, and Eldoret Extension Centers. University of Eastern Africa Baraton, your gateway to holistic education.
This is Nairobi now, and just like the rest of Kenya, it is peaceful and tranquil. Or could this just be a lull before a major storm? This is Nairobi in early 2008, following the Bengal general election. And now back to peace and tranquil. Kenya is just 10 months away from another general election. And do the people feel that enough has been done to forestall a recurrence of what happened in 2008?
Tujakuwa na komiti na ile chama ya kusimamia uchaguzi. Hivyo sioni kama inaweza kuwa vizuri kulingana na katiba tuko nayo.
They should put us first, not themselves first.
Without an electoral commission in place, I don't expect things to be smooth in 2012.
Lawyer and seasoned politician Paul Muite says that going by how Kenyan politicians are behaving, it seems they must have forgotten what happened in 2008.
I am not a prophet of doom. I am just saying Kenya has no option but to get it right.
Muite says there is so much outstanding work to be done before the elections, and yet legislators are playing politics.
There may be many people competing for political power, but they should have one common denominator: the creation of an environment that will permit them to compete for that political power without the elections bringing the chaos.
Chaos erupted in 2008 with polarized Kenyans going hammer and tongs at each other. The Electoral Commission of Kenya, charged with carrying out the exercise, was mistrusted by many Kenyans, given that the appointment of the commissioners by the president was not consultative. And the chairman's statements in the thick of the debacle did not help much.
We are not yet clear why certain areas are not bringing results. And when we ring those places, we find the telephones are switched off.
With delayed results and tension at fever pitch, chaos broke out. It took the mediation of one man, Kofi Annan, to bring back sanity.
We do have a deal.
A national accord was signed premised on, among other things, solving the country's political crisis by largely getting a new constitution. The constitution has promised to devolve power by creating counties and, more importantly, as pertains to the holding of elections, creating an independent electoral and boundaries commission. The chairman of the Parliamentary Implementation Oversight Committee, Abdi Kadir Mohammed, blames the slow pace of passing laws on government bureaucracy.
The manner in which the bills go through the pipeline is lengthy and very bureaucratic.
He, however, warns that the General Assembly, currently dithering and divided over the issue of paying taxes, must legislate quickly or it will face consequences.
If Parliament fails to pass a legislation that is required by the Constitution to be passed within the timelines, it risks dissolution.
The key task force on devolution is also seriously behind schedule, blaming bureaucracy and unscrupulous politicians.
It was not until last week that we were able to be given 4 or 5 drafters from Parliament to help us polish what we had ourselves done.
They are now playing games because they would like to extend their term of office.
But despite the delay by the Mutaha Kangu Commission, last week 6 crucial bills have been forwarded to Parliament.
Not one bill, but 6. And it is important that Kenyans know that as we speak now, there are ministries which have been working on one bill.
With the grave consequences of poor and non-inclusive preparations of the 2007 general election still fresh in many minds, one hopes that Kenyan leaders will move with speed to pass the necessary laws and create the right structures in order to avoid the recurrence of the chaos of early 2008. Bonio Dinga for Internews.
When peace dawned in Sudan following the signing of the Comprehensive Peace Agreement in 2005, paved the way for the transformation of a land that for more than 2 decades was little more than a battlefield to a land of opportunity and business. In the last 6 years, the government of South Sudan has not only begun a massive construction program, but also opened the doors for its neighbors to take advantage of emerging opportunities. One would be forgiven for thinking this is a setting somewhere in Ukambani.
Hii jina ambao unaona inaitwa California. It was my dream. Ilikuwa dream yangu, nilikuwa niende California, lakini nikapeli kuenda huko. Sasa wakati ambao nilikuja hapa na kuweka hii biashara yangu, nikakumbuka ile dream yangu, nilikuwa naenda California, na nikaonelea ni mzuri niite hiyo California.
A village that goes by the same name in Nyandarua. According to the Kenyan consulate in Juba, there are at least 40,000 Kenyans living and working in South Sudan. And clearly, they have no qualms letting the world know they are here.
Hii Mount Kenya, watu wanapenda Kenya sana hapa. Na wakiona Mount Kenya wanajua hiyo ni Wakenya, na Wakenya ni watu watulivu, ni watu wanapendeka hapa sana, ni watu wanafurahia sana. Kwa hivyo wakiona Mount Kenya wanajua hao ni watu ya Kenya.
Without any organized agricultural industries, the new nation of Southern Sudan is a net importer of almost everything. A situation that has provided opportunity, especially for Kenyans and Ugandans to cash in.
These things here, they are all being brought from Uganda. None of these ones here, only maybe these lemons, but all of these things are from Uganda.
Kama tumenunua kitu kama jack, tunanunua 1,000 ama 1,200. Hapa tunauza pound, sasa tunaingia upande wa pound. 150. Yeah. Hiyo ni kama shilingi 2,500.
Lakini maisha si mbaya sana, pesa ziko.
On the flip side though, is the resultant high cost of living, as there is not only a lot of money chasing a few goods, but also consumers have to foot the cost of importation.
Kilo moja ya nyama iko shilingi paundi 14, saa nyingine 15, ama kama ni mbuzi utakuta paundi 25. Kwa hivyo kilo moja paundi 25, hiyo ni kama 750 kilo moja ya nyama. Utakuta nyanya 4 ni paundi 2, which is paundi 2 ni kama shilingi 60 za Kenya.
In a bid to attract foreign investment, the government of South Sudan has deliberately made it much easier to set up business here.
It takes you maximum 2 working days for you to establish a business in South Sudan. And you require a maximum of 3 signatures for you to establish your business. In 2005, when we started, we only had 1 hotel. Now we have over 148 in Juba alone.
However, with a huge construction challenge and limited resources, the government is increasingly turning to traders to help foot the bills. The federal system adopted raises the demand for resources to support the different layers of government. While businesses previously operated without much supervision, the government is now tightening its grasp, seeking greater control on the way things run. We witnessed a government delegation comprising officials from the government of South Sudan, the state government and the Juba City Council carry out an inspection tour around all hotels in Juba to ensure that they have complied with all trade regulations.
Unakuta license iko very expensive. Kama license hii unakuta juzi tumelipa kwa miezi 3 unalipa kama 18,000. Hiyo ni license peke yake, miezi 3. Kwa hivyo kwa muda inakuwa very expensive.
With hostile neighbors in the north, the fact that South Sudan is landlocked, there are even more opportunities for neighboring countries to mutually benefit in the South's development bid. One such opportunity is in the oil industry. While the South is endowed with immense oil reserves, it has no refinery or seaport through which to sell its oil. President Omar el-Bashir has already threatened to close the oil taps on Juba if the South does not agree to his demands on sharing oil revenues. The South views a close collaboration with Kenya as a way out of this sticky situation.
If we put a refinery inside South Sudan, close to the border with Kenya and Uganda, and then it will require about 300 kilometers or so for the pipeline to be extended into South Sudan, then South Sudan can be able to pump refined oil on the reverse to Kenya. If we are to export to you, say at 40, even you will appreciate it. Even at 50 shillings per litre, you will appreciate it more than anything else.
The construction industry is booming here, what with a huge demand for residential housing, business premises, government offices and roads. The government has been working at connecting all its 10 states by road and establishing an elaborate road connection with all its neighbors.
With Kenya, we've constructed the road. It is only on the Kenyan side that the road is not yet good.
There are, however, jitters in Juba over the anticipated changeover to a new currency. South Sudan has been sharing the Sudanese pound with the North. From the 9th of July, they're expected to change over to the new South Sudanese pound. The Sudanese pound has enjoyed a higher value compared to many African currencies, with one Sudanese pound exchanging for up to 35 Kenya shillings. It remains to be seen how the region's newest currency will rate against its neighbors. Nitundebu, KTN in Juba, South Sudan.